Yes, it's here. The new college football season is here. We start talking about the actual games on the field, not the BS behind the scenes, not what the players are doing, not what coaches are moving where, not who's getting paid, but actual games on the field. We give our preview for the upcoming college football season. We give our top 10 power rankings. We pick 5 games, and so you know where to put your money. Obviously, pick against us. You'll make some money. Once we move from college, we go to the NFL. Kind of give our picks for the upcoming awards: MVP, Offensive Rookie of the Year, Defensive Rookie of the Year. We make some predictions around the season. It's just an all-around good time because you know why? It is finally football time. Welcome to the One Sports Podcast in Seminole County, Florida. This is Sandlot Sports. I am Adam Capperson. I'm here with Dorian Cody.
Yo.
And BJ Thomas.
Imagine crossing an ocean just to lose.
Yeah, I was going to start there.
The Seminoles found out what it's like to be British.
So I was actually going to go the other ocean. So, and have a big shout out to our local own Lake Mary Little League.
Yeah.
I know we don't talk much baseball on this show, especially not Little League, but shout out to the team that's like literally over there. They are world champions of the Little League. I got to admit, that was probably the first baseball game I've watched since '04. Yeah. The 2 games over the weekend, completely different games. Both were amazing. Both were intense. So shout out to the team. There's actually going to be a parade here in Lake Mary if you're local, 10 o'clock on Saturday. So
yeah, it was definitely a beautiful thing to watch. So my youngest son, he started playing baseball, and to see him sit there and watch it, I was like, this is good. You know what I'm saying? Like seeing the emotions and the just the overall feeling of those kids like putting it all on the line, man. That was definitely a beautiful sight to see. So
yeah, and I know we talk a lot about players and coaching on this podcast, and I want to highlight the coaching for the Lake Mary Little League team because there were 2 plays and one in each game, the one on Saturday, one on Sunday, that shows just the quality and the benefit of a good coach. The one on Saturday where the kid stole home because the other team wasn't paying attention. That heads up play, put them up, not being the game when you won, but could have been. But the championship winning run was done because the coach was paying attention that no one was covering first. They had a runner in second, bunt down the first base line, and no one's there.
Yep. Yeah.
So
yeah, good coaching in that standpoint. But yeah, man, overall, also too the sportsmanship. When the other team lost, team from Lake Mary was consoling them, things of that nature. I think that was special too.
So we'll move on from good coaching to bad coaching. BJ tried to start us off there, but I want to start on a high note. So I want to start with Mike Norvell at Florida State. Talk about bad coaching. And I'm going to put it out to you guys. So of the coaches in the state of Florida, who's going to get fired first? Mario Cristobal, Mike Norvell, or Billy Napier?
Well,
Oh no.
a lot's going to be figured out for that on Saturday
Yeah. Exactly.
when Miami plays Florida, which I have placed 2 bets upon. Florida to win and Florida to beat the spread.
Nice. Well, if they win, they'll beat the spread because they're...
Well, I did 2 separate bets.
Okay.
If they do both, I get money for both.
There you go.
And I have Clemson or Georgia not covering. I picked Clemson.
Nice.
So we'll see how that goes.
And we'll pick those games later today. So
That turned 25 into 51 if that works out.
nice. So, but as far as the coaches, I mean, Napier has to finish above 500 to have any type of chance.
It's got to be better than that.
What do you think he has to finish to save his job? What do you think he has to finish?
They got 12 games, right?
Yep.
8-4 at a minimum.
8-4.
Yeah, I just don't. I mean, Florida has the thing. You know, you got 3 years.
Me personally, I think Napier's going to have to win 9 games.
Okay, so let's look at their schedule. Okay, if you think Billy Napier has to go 8-4, let's just bare minimum.
They have the hardest schedule in football.
Yes.
That's been talked about by several outlets.
And let's look at it. Miami, Samford, Texas A&M, Mississippi State, UCF, Tennessee, Kentucky, and then it gets hard.
Yeah.
Georgia, Texas, LSU, Ole Miss, Florida State.
Yeah, it's gonna be quite the challenge for them to pull off 8 wins.
Yeah.
It's not impossible. The talent's on the football field.
Yeah.
I heard a thing today that Florida has scored enough points in their last 20-something games to win 90% of them. But they have that Lincoln Riley defense.
That's not going to cut it.
Not in the SEC.
Nope.
The SEC is built on running the football and playing defense.
So you think that Napier's just gone?
I mean, that's what seems likely. It would be a minor miracle for him to not just vanish.
Well, and we said from the start that he was not the right coach. So, but do you think, I'll put this to Dorian, do you think Cristobal makes it through the year?
I do. I think him getting Cam Ward bought him a little bit of life. If he wasn't able to land Cam Ward and kept the quarterback Van Dyke, which Van Dyke wasn't bad, but you could tell the chemistry was off. If he wouldn't have landed Cam Ward, I think that this probably would have been his last year. But since he got Cam Ward, that bought him some time. Here's the thing. Cam Ward is a special quarterback. Like he has a true underdog story. Am I saying that Miami, this is their year? I'm not saying that, but I'm saying that like I believe that they're going to be in every fight this year because of the quarterback play. So I think that's going to buy him time. Now, if he goes like 6-6 or some shit like that I don't know of. But I can see Miami winning 8 games.
Did you just go, the U is back?
No, I didn't say that. What I said was they're going to be competitive. I believe they're going to be better competitors this year.
Okay. So you're saying they have to win at least 8 games?
Yeah, 8 games. Well, no. I know. Okay, let me phrase that. Since they got Cam Ward, the expectations are for them to win 8 or 9. I would say let's say if they end up winning just 7 games, I think that Miami will be like, okay, let's see how next year goes. Because I think Cam Ward, I think he has another year of eligibility if he doesn't go to the draft, which I'm pretty sure he may, depending on how this year goes. But I say 8-4, like he's good. 7 and anything less than 8 is going to be up in the air because they have high expectations with Cam Ward in their offense. So,
boy, you guys are setting the bar low. I mean, BJ's taking 8-4 with the Gators with the horrible, terrible, tough schedule. You're going 8-4. Cristobal can keep his job with an ACC schedule with Florida A&M, Ball State, and South Florida.
Yeah.
So actually, I set the bar high.
Yeah.
Yes, he set the bar low.
Yes. Yeah. If they don't finish 8-4 with the schedule of Florida A&M, Ball State, South Florida,
I think that just speaks to the class of the programs, the difference in the class of the programs.
Yeah.
Like one of them was middle class and one of them was upper middle class.
Yeah. I mean, realistically, I think if Cristobal does not make the ACC title game this year, I think he's gone.
Well, that could possibly true.
We'll see you later. Because that's got to be Syracuse and Clemson. It's the only way it works for my money, anyways.
BJ's rocking that Syracuse ACC pick.
$10 gets you 500.
So we'll take it outside of the Florida teams because I think that UCF might be the best of the teams in Florida, but that's neither here nor there. Um, so every year, a team outside of the top 10 normally kind of makes their run into the top 10. I was going to flip this question and say a team in the top 10 normally falls out, but Florida State beat me to it. Um, so a team outside of the top 10 will make a run to the playoffs, especially this year it will be in 12. Now, with the top 10 being Georgia, Ohio State, Oregon, Texas, Bama, Mississippi, Notre Dame, Penn State, and Michigan, what team, not of those 9, I include Florida State, do you think will make a run to the conference championship besides Syracuse?
Yeah, we've already discussed that. I think LSU's got a good shot in the SEC.
I would agree with that.
Trying to look for the preseason rankings. There we go. Okay.
I can pull them up for you guys. Hold on.
I just found it on ESPN. See, I don't know what the deal is with Clemson. They have talent. That's not a question. But do you think Dabo's losing the team?
I think that team has not been the same since Venables left. And realistically, the team has not, on offense, has not been the same since Trevor Lawrence left. I don't think theirs was a coaching thing. I think theirs was just a talent on the field thing, and they haven't been able to replace it. Especially because Dabo refuses to go through the transfer portal.
He's gonna pay for that.
Yep.
With the transfer portal and NIL deals, man, that talent starts to get stretched across the board now. You got that Texas oil money, man, doing the Birdman hand rub. Like, yeah, so you tell me I could buy players now?
Oh, no. I can legally buy players now.
Yeah, legally buy players. Right. Right. Man, that changed the game, man.
Florida State can't stop the run, so I just can't put them in there.
No.
That was evident in the first quarter. I was like, oh, you guys are just a revolving door in that middle of that defense. That's not gonna be fixed over the season. Not likely, anyways.
Matador. Ole.
Yeah, it was tough to watch. I mean, the first couple running plays Georgia Tech had, they were just ripping off, they were just gashing them.
Yeah. And unfortunately, a rush defense is not something that can be fixed overnight.
Not typically. That's a personnel thing usually.
Yep. It's a personnel thing, and it's a coaching scheme thing. And most coaches will not cannot change their scheme mid-season.
Well, if you start run blitzing like that, you're going to pay for it over the middle.
Yep. Yeah, just ask Don Brown at Michigan.
So I don't know. That was not a good look. Unless they just have made massive mistakes that are mental errors they can correct. Which it's going to be a long season.
I don't think they did. I think some of it was first game jitters, but a lot of it was just not the right effort and not the right personnel.
Georgia Tech also has one of the most experienced offensive lines in college football.
Which helps.
Absolutely.
So, Dorian BJ gave his pick of LSU and Syracuse to make a run. Looking at the list, you don't have to pick anyone. 11 through 25. It could be someone else. Who do you think is gonna make a run for the conference championship?
For conference championship, that's tough because now that you got Oklahoma and SEC, it's like
I'd say playoffs, but I mean, by definition, you have to be outside the top 10 to make the playoffs.
Right. So, I do agree with LSU. I also agree with, any SEC team like Tennessee or Oklahoma can make it as well. From a fan standpoint, I'm hoping Miami, but I think I would say Oklahoma could be up there. I don't think they're going to be terrible. I think they'll be pretty good actually. Now SEC good, that's probably going. They're like
We want to
maybe
find
a year or
out.
two away from that. About 2 years away. But I do believe that that they can definitely make the playoffs. It's gonna be tough though, because here's the thing. I was listening to a commentator. He was saying how like it's kind of like you got Texas and you got Oklahoma going to a new school, right? And you got to face the bullies, which in the SEC, the bullies are what, Georgia and Alabama mostly, right? So it's like, you're gonna get tested. So either you're gonna, if they hit you in the mouth, are you gonna be able to hit back? You might not win the first fight, right? But at least earn some type of respect. So for me, this is the year that Oklahoma's gonna have to show, that they can hang. I mean, I don't think that I don't know if they play Alabama or Georgia this year, but if they do, I mean, they're gonna have to show that they belong. I don't think they're gonna beat them, but at least say, hey, like I'm in this dogfight. So
Yeah, okay, so Texas plays Georgia.
okay,
Texas also plays Michigan on the second week of the season.
Ooh.
So Oklahoma plays Mississippi, Alabama, Missouri, and LSU.
Oof.
Pretty solid schedule.
mm, 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 mm. Yeah. So this is Oklahoma's year in the new school, and they're gonna have to put up or shut up against the bullies, man. So
Pretty
it's
much.
gonna be interesting.
So I'm actually going to give you guys three teams because I'm going to cheat because I can do
Gotta say,
that. At least I admit to it.
typical Michigan guy.
That's right. Just ain't cheating unless you get caught, and if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. So I agree with BJ's pick about LSU. I think they've got the schedule, they've got the talent. I don't trust Brian Kelly, but I do think they're going to make a run. Another team that I'm looking at is Kansas State.
Mm.
So, and on the flip side of that, Kansas. You don't typically think about Kansas as a football team because, well, they haven't been. Lance Leipold has that team playing hard, playing well. He is recruited well, and as long as his guys stay healthy, look for Kansas to make some noise this year.
Okay.
So with that, we will do our preseason power rankings because these are always accurate 100% of the time.
Yes, they are.
So BJ, who do you have starting out the season number 1?
Georgia.
Dorian?
Yeah, I agree. I'll say Georgia for now.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Georgia as well. Had they not been hurt against Alabama, I think they play Michigan in the title games. I think they.
I mean, I'm just saying, honestly, they're kind of ranked the way they need to be right now.
Yeah.
1 through 5.
Okay.
I don't see any point in switching them around right now.
Okay. So
I don't think Ole Miss belongs in the top 5 yet. Notre Dame doesn't. Penn State doesn't. Michigan doesn't. Florida State's proven it doesn't.
Okay.
So I mean, that's the next 5.
So let's just we'll just do yours real quick. So you got Georgia, you got Ohio State, you got Oregon, you got Texas, and you got Alabama at 5. Okay. So Dorian, we'll just make this quick. Who's your 2 through 5?
I agree with BJ. I mean, yeah. Yeah, same.
Okay.
I just think it's to the point of be splitting hairs right now.
Until they're actually playing games on the field,
Right.
it is what it is.
Right.
Okay. You know what? I'll just for the sake of easiness, I'll do the same 1 through 5, and then we'll do 6 here in a second. So, BJ, who's your number 6 team?
Probably Ole Miss.
Dorian, number 6.
Number 6 for me. I'll yeah, I gotta say Ole Miss.
I'm actually going to go Notre Dame. Just because I don't trust Lane Kiffin at Mississippi just yet. BJ, who's your number 7?
Notre Dame.
Dorian?
Same, Notre Dame.
I'm going to put Penn State at 7. BJ, who's your 8?
Probably Penn State.
Dorian?
My number 8, I'm going Michigan.
Yeah, I think that's where Michigan falls for me. BJ, number 9.
Michigan.
Dorian, number 9.
9, I'm gonna go Penn State.
Okay, I'm going to go LSU at 9. BJ, number 10.
Put LSU at 10.
Okay, Dorian?
I'm gonna put Missouri at 10.
Yeah, I'm going to put Mississippi at 10. Okay, that's our guaranteed to be wrong top 10 preseason picks. Now we'll get to the important part of the podcast where you guys can make some money. And the way you do that is you pick opposite of what we pick. So the first game that we're picking this week is Miami versus Florida. This is a 2.5-point spread with Miami being the favorite. BJ,
Put
and
money
you've
on
already...
the Gators.
Okay. Dorian?
Oh, I'll pick Miami.
I'm picking Miami to cover. I have no faith in Billy Napier. So next up is Notre Dame versus Texas A&M. As of right now, A&M is a favorite, like to win. Like the line is a half a point to win. This thing has flopped so many times the past couple of days. Dorian, we'll start with you first.
I'm gonna go Notre Dame.
Yeah, I might put a bet against fucking Texas A&M because they fuck everything up.
So you go Notre Dame?
Yes, I'm putting money on Notre Dame as we speak.
Well, then I'm going to go Texas A&M because I know how this works.
And I hate the Fisty McGee's as much as anybody else.
So next up is LSU versus USC. LSU's a 6.5-point favorite.
LSU.
LSU.
Yeah. Might spank them.
Dorian?
Yep, LSU, and they cover.
Oh, yeah. I don't think that USC is physically tough enough to handle LSU. I mean, I know they're ranked in the top 25, I guess because somebody had to be, but they are going, I don't see them winning 8 games this year.
No,
Not in the
I
Big Ten Conference.
Do you have the time for that game on there? I'm trying to be degenerate.
For the USC LSU game?
Recruits.
No, the Notre Dame game. That's usually an early game, isn't it?
I want to say it's 3:30. It's 7:30 on Saturday.
Night game.
Fooling them into thinking they're prime time or something.
Notre Dame usually plays
There
well
it
at night,
is.
right?
Yeah, and I would tell you this. So when I pulled this line yesterday, A&M was a half a point favorite, and that was on the Hard Rock Bet app that we have. On ESPN Bet, this is why I don't like using them. A&M is now a 3-point favorite.
Yeah, it's still 2.5 on Hard Rock.
Yeah. So I know BJ, you and I were going back and forth a little bit on the group chat. I like the Hard Rock app better. I think it's just easier to use. B, we can use it. And C, that I think you get more payouts.
We're about to find out.
Yep.
I'm up to $35 this weekend.
Well, here's another one. I foresee you putting at least $10 on Clemson versus Georgia. Clemson.
I already bet it. I already bet it. I got $5 on Clemson to beat the spread.
Oh, look at you, Dorian.
Georgia.
Again, had Georgia been healthy against Alabama, I think they played Michigan in the championship game because they would have finished 2, and they would have beat the pants off Washington, and probably played Michigan in the championship game. So I'm going Georgia. There's nothing I've seen dissuades me from the fact that Clemson's not in their same league. So Penn State versus West Virginia is the final game of the week.
Oh, Penn State.
Dorian?
Yeah, I'm going Penn State.
West Virginia does not impress me.
Yeah, I'm going to go Penn State to cover the 10.5. Well, there's our college football games. And guys, like I said, college football is here in earnest, not the bullshit that was over in Ireland over the weekend. I don't know if Florida State just forgot to play.
That was a good game.
It was fun to watch.
That was a quality matchup.
Yeah. But it starts. UCF kicks off on Thursday. Michigan, Miami, Florida, and Georgia all kick off on Saturday. It's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to the 12-team playoff this year.
Long time coming, I tell you that.
Yep. So we will move over to the NFL. And so there's been a lot of talk this year about the rookie quarterbacks coming in. Now, obviously, J.J. McCarthy's not going to play. But who do you guys think is going to be the best of the rookie quarterbacks?
Probably Caleb Williams. And I'm a big fan of that, so that should tell you all you need to know about these rookies.
Yeah.
I mean, he has the most amount of weapons around him. If he fails, I mean, how does it get any better?
I don't think it does. And that's the thing. Like, I mean, it really is for Caleb. It really is boom or bust, because he has to. I think he has to throw. He has to set a Bears passing yards record this season, or it's going to be a bust. And as dumb as that is to say, the most passing yards a Bears quarterback has thrown in a season, 3,600 yards. So everyone just calm down for a second.
Jay Cutler.
But I think he has to break that record this season, or people are going to start to wonder, was it worth it?
Yeah, I don't know. It's he's got a lot of pressure on him.
Yep.
Outside of Caleb Williams, of course, Caleb Williams being number 1. Number 2, I saw some flashes with Jaden Daniels. Like for one of the preseason games, I forgot what it was, but it's like his delivery off the ball complements someone that's been in the league. Like he didn't. I didn't see any jitters from him. Now, of course, it's preseason, but still, he seemed like he was making the right reads for what I saw. So I think Jaden Daniels is going to be okay too. As long as the Commanders can hold up as far as the offensive line, that's a whole other story.
That's a whole different conversation.
Yeah, that's a whole different conversation. But if they can find a way to hold that line, he should be fine. But outside of those two, I mean, Bo Nix, he looked average. He looked like,
I
He
heard
looks like a journeyman.
I heard a take on one of the talk shows over the weekend. I was in the car a lot, and it like when I heard it, I'm like, oh my god, that makes a lot of sense. So like 10, 15 years ago, you'd have these teams that would draft quarterbacks on one good year. Akili Smith
Mhm.
comes to mind, and Mitchell Trubisky comes to mind. One good year in college, let's draft him high, throw him in there, and they were just not ready. And it
Mhm.
was the quarterbacks with the seasoning that were in college that had been in the fray for a while that were normally good, whether they were first round picks or third or fourth round picks. Well, you've got guys like Michael Penix, you've got guys like Bo Nix, you've got guys like Jaden Daniels, who had been in college for 4, 5, 6 years. Jaden Daniels threw touchdown passes to the guy in San Francisco, um, Ayuk,
Yeah.
Brandon Ayuk.
Are you? Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
threw passes to him in college.
Pearsall
Mhm.
too, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pearsall too. Yeah.
So these guys have been through it, and they're like, these quarterbacks are coming in way more mature, way more seasoned than most quarterbacks. Now, are they as talented? Who knows? And
Well, they're only playing against watered down defenses too.
that there is that, and you know, truth be told, some of these guys can't they can't be coached, and some of these guys won't have good coaching. Because do you trust Drake May at all in New England?
A little bit.
I think Hooker's been getting first team reps, right?
You mean Brissett? Hooker's
Yeah,
with Hooker's
Hooker's
in Detroit.
yeah, Hendon Hooker's with Detroit.
I mean, not Hooker. What's the I keep getting Hooker and the guy that the other book is it Booker the other the quarterback that the Patriots drafted for out of Tennessee.
Milton,
Milton, that's it, Milton. Milton.
Bazooka Joe.
So yeah, so he's been getting first team reps in practice. I was reading like a lot.
Well, I mean,
So
they don't want Drake May to start the season. They do not want him at quarterback to start the season. Brissett has been banged up, so it might be Milton. And just it's like throw him out there. Who cares? We know we're gonna suck anyway.
so Milton comes in and let's say Milton does a solid job. What do the Patriots do?
You go with a hot hand. Tough.
Yeah.
I mean, let's let's not forget that the Patriots had a number 1 overall draft pick at quarterback. He got hurt. A 6th round draft pick came in, played hot.
Oh shit.
We all know what happened.
Right. What if it's the omen? Because I think Milton was a what 6th round pick?
Something like that.
Yeah, I think Milton was a 6th round pick. What I'm reading, he's out playing Drake May in
So,
practice.
so what I'm hearing is that Dorian Cody on the Sandlot Sports podcast is comparing Joe Milton to Tom Brady.
Nope, not doing the ESPN thing. I'm not doing that. No. Like it'll be crazy if Milton ends up becoming the starter and they end up doing whatever with Drake May. But it just says a lot. It's like if you draft 2 quarterbacks, 1 1st round and 1 6th round, and the 6th round quarterback is playing better than your 1st round, like whose head rolls, right? Like if you Robert Kraft, like okay, who the motherfucker who made this decision? Because I'm trusting you guys. Like, why is our 6th, which I'm sure he'll be pleased to know that Milton is doing well, but it's like if that was the case, why did we like who does he go to? But like where's the talent evaluation in this to where our 6th round quarterback is playing better than our 1st round?
I'm going to give you another for instance.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, team trades up, traded a bunch of picks, traded up to pick the number 2 player that year. Drafted a quarterback, played him. He was god awful. In his place, they played a 7th round draft pick, and they had made the Super Bowl with that pick. The San Francisco 49ers. You go with the hot hand.
Yeah. No, I agree.
I don't give a damn where you're drafted.
Yeah.
That's all potential. And I care about what you've done on the field,
Yeah.
especially if you're under a rookie contract. Now, if I'm paying you $50 million, I'm going to try to write it out with you and maybe not play the number 8 overall pick instead of you. That's just me, but whatever. So, yeah, ironically, Joe Milton, yes, was a 6th-round quarterback. They acquired him with the pick they got from Jacksonville.
Mm.
So, Dorian's winning championships again for other teams. So, and one of the other things that I saw was, what would happen if Carolina comes out 0-8, 0-9, and Bryce Young just looks terrible? Do they bench him to never play him again?
Oh no, they try to trade him to like Arizona.
Yeah, they're gonna try to get something for him.
Arizona already has their own short quarterback.
Apparently they like him.
I mean, is it safe to say? I mean, if you give Carolina the choice of having Kyler Murray over Bryce Young, I'm pretty sure they'll roll the dice with Kyler Murray.
You talk about some heads rolling. Y'all motherfuckers traded all of our draft picks for like 3 drafts to get the mayor of Midgetown. Because he can't throw over the middle because he can't see. He can't throw out because the ball won't make it. He has no redeeming qualities. Maybe that's what happens when you don't have, the Alabama receivers back there. Just a thought.
Yeah. So you don't think Bryce Young can play in the NFL at all?
No.
He should do USA flag football. Man, he might be a stud in that.
Well, I mean, the quarterback for the team thinks that he's better than Patrick Mahomes. So, I mean, there's that. I heard that. I'm like, okay, I know you don't play tackle football, but you've had CTE from somewhere.
Like, you can even tell. So I saw a video after he made that comment, and they showed him throwing like a touchdown pass. I could have threw a better touchdown pass what he did. I've never played quarterback. I was like, oh, okay, you better pat home throwing the ball like that. Now he's fast. That guy, I don't know his name, but he's fast. He can like elude defenders, but again, you're eluding individuals grabbing the flag, right? So
yeah, he's fast, and then you've got Tyreek Hill saying I can outrun Noah Lyles. Like, dude, just stop. I'm gonna quote a horrible philosopher: "Stay in your lane."
Yeah.
So, but I do have one more question for you, and then we'll move on to the important betting portion of the show. So, BJ, I'm going to ask this question to you first.
Okay.
Who has more turnovers at the end of the year? Josh Allen, Caleb Williams, or Trevor Lawrence?
Probably Josh Allen. Because he's a risk taker and he tends to have the ball and the freedom to do what he wants with it. I think Trevor Lawrence is a close second.
That's saying a lot. Dwayne, any response to your $275 million man?
I mean, I don't know. I'm curious to know who it is.
So, and the fact that you've got those 2 veterans over Caleb Williams, over a rookie who, no offense to Caleb Williams, most rookie quarterbacks are like this. Most rookie quarterbacks have a lot of turnovers in their first year because the game is just different.
I do believe that Caleb Williams. Um, I think the way that they have their offense set up, um, him using him using Cole Kmet, his tight end, can help reduce on turnover. I believe because having a big target like that and you doing your checkdowns because again this is the NFL, so it's like in college the throws that he got away with in college is going to be a smaller window and and the timing has to be precise because again you have linebackers that can run safety speeds, right? That can get those interceptions and things of that nature. So I think trusting that his tight ends is going to be crucial to him not being able to make as many throw as many interceptions.
And that's what has me worried. It's because when he was at Oklahoma and he was at USC, he he took a lot of risk.
Hmm.
There was a lot of plays that could be run, and also most of the time, his wide receiving core could out talent the defensive backs back there.
Mm. Um,
When they didn't, it was not pretty.
yeah,
I
it was
mean,
interception.
you look at his game log last year. He lost 5 out of his last 6 games. One of those games he threw 3 interceptions in the first half.
Hmm. Yep.
Okay, that's a guy who's not going to make the right read all the time. He's just like he's going to believe that he can fit the ball in that window. Now, yes, as a quarterback, you need some irrational confidence. You need Brett Favre, Josh Allen. I know I can make this throw, but Brett Favre could do it. Now, obviously, he led the league in interceptions and has the most ever. But he was able to do it consistently, and he knew what chances to take and sometimes what chances not to take. I don't know if Caleb Williams, coming into the league right now, knows what chances not to take. And as you mentioned, the windows are smaller, and I don't know if that's going to come across in the first half or 10 games of the season.
Do you think him throwing outside of the pocket, play action, will help him
I think he needs
next
to.
case?
I
Yeah,
think he is much better outside of the pocket.
yeah, yeah.
I just the problem is if you're outside of the pocket, I would say 7 out of 10 times the play has broken down because you're not the routes are not designed for that long of a route, and that's when he can get into trouble.
Mm-hmm. Plus, I saw a stat that they were saying how many snaps he took in college in shotgun formation compared to under center, right?
That
So
doesn't bother me. That does not
you don't
bother
think
me.
so?
No, because A, most college quarterbacks are like that. B, most NFL quarterbacks are like that. Watch an NFL game and watch how many snaps are taken under center and in a shotgun or gun or pistol formation. It is not like it was 20, 25 years ago. I mean, I would say when Dan Marino was playing, he would be in the shotgun maybe 10, 15% of the time. Maybe. Nowadays, it's probably flipped. 10, 15% of the time, the quarterbacks are lining up under center. It bothers me the playbook. It bothers me him understanding how windows can can close quickly. So maybe I'm wrong. And I know I've seen him play many years in college and take many risks that he didn't need to. So your idea of him using Cole Kmet as a tight end as a safety blanket, that's not his game.
Yeah. Well, I hear you. So I think of which I'm not comparing him to Tom Brady. I'm not comparing him to Peyton Manning either. But a lot of their success came from throwing to the tight ends. You
Because
know?
they understood the game.
Yeah.
Okay? Most good, successful quarterbacks will take what the defense gives them. Okay? Do you think that Patrick Mahomes is because he is where he is because he was thrown outside to Rashid Rice and Tyreek Hill? No, he knows
Uh,
he's got Travis Kelce over the middle for 7 yards.
right. So
Brady
is it?
Brady was great. You know
Mhm.
why? He had Rob Gronkowski going up the middle for 11 yards,
Yeah.
and Aaron Hernandez
Even
killing
before,
people.
yeah, even before Gronk, he had what was the Patriots tight end, and he was the David Graham. I think it was David Graham.
Ben Graham, Ben
Yeah, Ben Graham. That's it.
Ben Watson.
Ben Ben Watson. That's it. That's it. Ben Watson, and then there was another person too. Like he trusted his tight end. So is it on Eberflus to be able to go to his offensive coordinator and implement, hey, like because I did see that during their practices, he looks for Cole Kmet uh, quite often. So maybe Eberflus has something to where he's building that chemistry between the two. Because even Lamar Jackson, I mean, all Lamar Jackson, he only throws to his tight end, right?
Yes,
So
he needs to throw to Isaiah Likely more often.
yeah, yeah.
So
So
no, it's on the coaching staff. It's not on the head coach. It is on the
gotcha.
offensive coordinator. It is on the quarterback's coach. Okay, a lot of these guys, and this is not an indictment on Caleb at all. But a lot of these guys come out of college. They came out of college by making the big splashy play. Throwing to your tight end on an 8 yard curl for a first down is not a big splashy play, but you know what it is? It's successful.
Yep.
And getting
Yep.
out of their head, I don't need to make a 20-yard throw every single time. Unless you're CJ Stroud, you don't need to do that. Take what the defense gives you. If they're going to give you a 6 yard out every time, cool. Matriculate the ball down the field 6 yards at a time. Because it's 1st and 10, you get 2 of those, you got a first down. It's math.
I agree.
So, with that being said, we'll get to our futures picks for the players. So, we'll start, ironically, with Caleb Williams in the potential offensive rookie of the year. So, BJ, I'll let you kick us off.
I was trying to put my money on Keon Clark today. I didn't see the option on the Hard Rock app, so I did not get to do that.
Yeah, Keon Coleman from
Keon
Buffalo.
Coleman, yes. Keon Coleman.
That's a good pick. I know I made you aware of that those odds a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, the bet is not available on the app though right now.
Yeah, I think they're resetting from the preseason, so it should be up in a couple days. So you're going Keon Coleman,
Yes.
Dorian.
I'm going to go with Caleb.
Yeah, I'm actually going to go different. I'm going to go Jaden Daniels. He's going to be
Mm,
exciting. I think he's going to get off to a quick start, and that's just going to build momentum. And you know who the media is. They fall in love with somebody, and they don't get off them. Is a fun, exciting first 2 games, and the media train's going to be off and running.
Sounds
Who
like some girls
cares
I knew
if
in high
they're
school.
what was that?
Sounds like some girls I knew in high school.
Yeah, we'll get to the Village Bicycle later. So move on to Defensive Rookie of the Year.
This is a tough one.
mhm.
I'm going with the Cowboys linebacker. Oh, he's not up there, is he? I think the dude, he was from Notre Dame, wasn't he?
Oh, trying to think of what his name was. Hold
I
on.
think he's going to get a lot of playing time.
And the thing with him is being on that defense where the attention's not on you.
Marist Luafau, maybe? I don't know. It's not on there. But he's going to get a lot of playing time.
Dorian, what are your thoughts?
It's tough, man. If I'm thinking the two people that I'm narrowing down is Chopper Style, which is Chop Robinson, and Kool-Aid McKinstry, because Kool-Aid McKinstry is going to start. Uh, so so I'm gonna go with I'll go with Kool-Aid McKinstry. He's gonna start. He should
Hey,
get some breakups and comfortable interception.
$10 pick could get you $300. Not that I'm advocating you to do whatever, something that you don't want to do. So, I've got my eye, obviously, on Dallas Turner. Defensive end from Alabama is going to be good. But Byron Murphy in Seattle. New head coach, completely new coaching scheme. Mike McDonald knows defenses, and he loves him some interior linemen. So, watch out for him.
The question is Byron Murphy going to be focused from that scandal?
Which were you talking about?
Oh, so apparently he was outed with a I gotta be very careful about
Transgender porn star?
yeah.
I'll
Yeah.
say it. I got it.
Yeah, so he didn't pay the transgender porn star. So
Well, there's his problem. The Lannister always pays his debts.
So he or she outed him and told all the
Nope,
business about.
you weren't careful there.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, because I don't, but
Now,
that
okay,
person.
that's the question. Is it transgender or is it just a cross-dresser?
Well,
the headline,
that person
the
identified.
headline said transgender.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. So he didn't pay the person. The person outed him, and then he came out apologizing and stuff. And I think he's engaged too. So
I think he'll be fine. I mean, I think the guy that you got to be more concerned about is Marvin Harrison Jr.
Oh yeah.
Him and his daddy are in that whole fanatics thing.
Yeah. How much is the lawsuit for?
Several millions of dollars.
Dang.
So I mean, and that's going to carry him through the season. So. So we'll move on to BJ's favorite category, Defensive Player of the Year. And I say that because the guy that has the best odds. Mr. Micah Parsons.
I mean, it seems like it's going to come down to him, TJ Watt, or Myles Garrett, of course. I think this might be Micah's year. He's fighting for a contract. I'll say Micah.
Dorian.
Oh. I mean, the obvious choice is Micah, but I'm gonna go. This is tough, man. It's really tough. If I had to choose a person, I'm gonna show some love to Max Crosby. Mad Max.
He's going to have a lot of opportunities for a lot of tackles.
I know. That's what I picked him. He's gonna be on the field a lot. So, so by default, he might just get it.
I'm going to go with somebody that you're probably not thinking of. He's got good odds. Nick Bosa. Over there in LA. New defensive coordinator, Jesse Minter, again, Michigan guy, so you can call me a homer. knows defense. And I think he's going to turn it around. And it's going to be just like the Jane Daniel thing. He's going to have a couple good games at the beginning, probably have 5 sacks through the first 3 games, and it's just going to build momentum. So.
You're referring to Joey Bosa for the Chargers, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So. Oh yeah. Okay, MVP. Not name Patrick Mahomes because that's too easy.
Actually, too easy would be Lamar Jackson. All he's got to do is score 19 touchdowns. He's good to go.
Shit, Sean Cunningham did that at Leesburg High.
I doubt that. I feel like Josh Allen's got to squeeze in there and get one. That's my pick.
Yeah, I'm inclined to agree with that. So Dorian.
Man, it's hard to pick against Pat or Lamar, but picking outside of those two, just a wild card. I'm probably gonna go with McCaffrey again. Be considered, we can go with McCaffrey.
60 to 1 ounce for Christian McCaffrey. $10 bet get you 600.
I see why you guys like it.
Hey BJ, we're gonna turn Dorian into a degenerate just like us.
I like it.
See, it's addictive, isn't it?
Yeah, I can totally see that. $10 and I have an opportunity to make 600.
Yeah, but there's a reason.
Yeah.
That the odds are like that.
Hey, the house always wins. Except when you bet big and you beat the house. It's the one time. So I'm inclined to believe to go with BJ about Josh Allen. He's gonna have the numbers. He's gonna be the media darling. They're gonna have a big record. I think Patrick Mahomes is the easy pick, but I think Josh Allen's the right pick. So, from an NFL perspective, I know we did this in college. What team do you think was going to have a surprise season this year?
I don't know if the Jets would be considered having a surprise season.
I wouldn't say so because they're getting the best odds to win the division, and literally everyone is talking about them. They would be surprised if they don't finish 500, but I think as long as Aaron Rodgers is upright, I think they will.
Yeah, but I don't know if you could say like a surprising season because they were supposed to be more successful with that defense and a quarterback. So
yeah, and that's why I picked them to win the division. They were 7-10 last year with Zach Wilson as the quarterback. I mean, I could put Dorian back there and finish 7-10 with that defense.
Went over the middle to Garrett Wilson.
Yeah.
I don't know. This is a tough question. I'm trying to think of a team to be surprised. I mean, everybody expects the Falcons to do better.
What's a team that no one's picking that you think is?
Yeah, I know it's tough. Maybe the Raiders with Gardner Minshew.
Minshew Mania coming back?
Maybe. Just to stab Dorian in the eye one more time.
Minshew's my boy.
Should have kept him.
Huh? I know. I mean, I'm not over the team, so.
No. We're talking about you were ready to throw him under the bus to get Trevor Lawrence.
No, I wasn't ready to throw him under the bus. If you guys remember, I actually said that I wish we would have kept Minshew and then Trevor Lawrence would have been on the bench to learn from. Because Minshew was keeping us in games, he was winning games for us. It's just um Urban Meyer, man. But I don't even want to go down that rabbit hole of hell. But I choose the LA Chargers. I think the Chargers are going to be solid this year.
I will tell you this: that everywhere Harbaugh has gone within the first 2 years, most of the time within the first year, he's taken a trash team and gotten them not only above 500, but gotten them to the promised land. Did it with Stanford, did it with Michigan, did it with the 49ers. We forget that Stanford team that he took over was terrible. And that's the team that had Richard Sherman as a wide receiver
Yeah.
that beat the number one USC team as a 41.5 point underdog.
Who's their running back? Was it Toby Gerhardt?
Oh, that was afterwards.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I think Gerhardt went there because of that USC game.
Mm.
So yeah, that's a good pick. I'll look up here in a minute. I don't want to, you guys to hear me typing. My pick is another Michigan guy. Again, Homer, yes, but Seattle. Seattle's only projected 7.5 wins. And DK Metcalf, Geno Smith isn't terrible. Kenneth Walker III is good. That defense is good. Mike McDonald is a good coach. They're going to get 8 wins. They're going to get 9, probably 10 wins. Do not be surprised if the Seattle Seahawks are in the playoffs.
Who's they picked up somebody in the offseason to beef up their defensive line. Um, can't think is defensive tackle Williams.
Hold on.
He played for the Jets, Giants, and then he went there to their defensive line.
Leonard Williams, is that who you're thinking
Leonard
of?
Williams, that's who they picked up. Which he's actually from Daytona, by the way. He went to Mainland High School. But yeah, they picked up Leonard Williams, which is going to help beef up that defensive line. So, yeah. I'm just happy football is back. My God, I'm happy the NFL is back. Oh, so happy.
Yeah, I cannot tell you how glad I am to have just something on the TV. So I'm trying to pull up. So it was 2007. I was wrong. It was the number 2 USC team that Stanford beat. Trying to find out who the quarterback was. So the quarterback for USC was John David Booty. Everybody remembers him from Alabama days.
Wonder what he's doing. Is he coaching now? I think he's coaching now.
Probably. Doesn't say. Let's see what he's doing now. He's probably selling cars somewhere. So, I listened to a podcast today, and I heard probably the funniest comment about fantasy football. Again, love this time of year. The question was, who's the village bicycle of college football? Who's the person that everyone's had a ride with, everyone's just kind of goes with them and doesn't want them again because they're all used up. Again, not the girls at Leesburg High, the village bicycle of fantasy football.
George Kittle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone's had them. It's like, okay, and they move on.
Yeah.
This isn't working for us.
No. Someone else can have you now. And then the other question was, well, who's the guy that like somebody has to draft, but you always feel bad about drafting him? And literally before the co-host could answer, I went, "You mean Kyle Pitts?"
Man, I hope he gets some love this year, but I don't know. That's outside of Kyle Pitts, I'm trying to think. Hmm, that's a good question.
Calvin Ridley, maybe.
Calvin Ridley, one of them, yeah. Calvin Ridley. There was a running back I was thinking of. Um, there's a certain running back I was thinking of. Because you got to worry about his in. Um, oh, I can't think of his name.
Yeah, it's just the thing with me. It's such a crapshoot, and if you like the dumbass like me that picked four guys from the same team. By the way, anybody want a receiver? I'll trade you a receiver. I'm a receiver. Uh, so it's fun. I'm excited. I'm excited to actually come on here every week and talk about games on the field, not
Yeah.
shit going off the field, not who's fucking what porn star, not who's diddling what.
PG?
Yeah,
In some people's cases, who's getting fucked by what porn star?
that too.
Ooh.
Speaking of which, is Jimmy G still in the league?
Yeah, I think he's suspended for. Is he suspended for using some type of
Wait,
performance enhancement, something
Viagra's a
like
PED according to the NFL?
that? I mean, it does help with performance, but I don't think it's
Yeah.
valid.
So, PSA to all the listeners out there, okay? Just because the pills are advertised to make you feel like you're 18 years old again, does not mean if you take them, your body is actually 18 years old again. So if you take them and you go out and play basketball, your body will still break down. Just saying.
Yeah. When it comes to the body and father time, man, he always
Father
wins.
Time is undefeated.
Undefeated.
If Tim Duncan couldn't defeat Father Time, neither can you.
Yeah,
Mm.
exactly. Yeah, I definitely had a rude awakening this past Sunday with I have a severe right calf muscle strain because I thought that I was the second coming of Chef Curry and I was more Denzel Curry. Um, so yeah, father time, man. It just embracing the fact where, hey, like, the things that you think that you can do, you can't do them. And if you try to do them, you have to be mindful. Hey, you know what? I got one shot to do this, and then that's it.
I can give you a quarter. That's about it. That's all you're getting out of me.
So, dude, man. And the thing is, it's like, so to the listeners out there. So Sunday, me and the kids we went to a gym because I like taking them out, doing things, whatever, sports related, and they were seeing their dad playing basketball because they're like, "Hey, Dad, we never see you play basketball." So I'm cooking, I'm shooting 3 pointers, I'm playing defense, I'm doing everything. And then it was this young kid that was guarding me. He's I think he's like the backup shooting guard at Stetson, whatever. So I decided to give him a little hezzy and go right, and then my right calf muscle was like, "What the fuck you doing?" So I'm like, "Ooh." I said, "It don't feel right." So I said, "Okay." So I said, "Maybe I need to stretch it." So I'm stretching, and it starts to burn, right? To me, instead of just sitting my ass down, I said, "Nope, you keep going." So then the second time it happened, that's when my calf like literally gave out, like, "You're not moving." So I just laid on the ground like, this is my life right now. So but yeah, shit got real quick. And so when I spoke to the doctor was like, "Hey, during as you get older, your ligaments and tendons and stuff, but as you get older, you don't use it. It's like a used rubber band, right? It's like when you open up, she was like, consider this. You open up a bag of rubber bands, you know how you stretch it and it's all, good and stuff, and it goes back to normal. Like, yeah. So, yeah, she said, as you get older, you don't use it, it starts to get dull. So she said, basically, that's what happened to Cap. Cap was like, hey, man, you didn't do this for a long time, and that was that. So,
I had it explained to me one time that it's like a car. Okay, you have a car out there, you drive it every day, you keep maintenance on it, it runs forever. If you let the car sit for 5, 6 years, and then you crank it up and try to go down I-4, shit gonna break.
facts.
So
Yeah, that's crazy.
uh, we're gonna end on this, and BJ answered this in a group chat, but Dorian, I never got your answer to this. Um, Peak Prince or Pink Michael Jackson?
I don't know if I can answer that. Because here's the thing, like they do totally different things, right? Prince can play like what I think is 14 different instruments, 12 or something like that. He's an exceptional songwriter. Michael Jackson, I don't think Michael Jackson wrote any of his songs. I think he may have written on one hand maybe 4 songs. So although Michael Jackson is the greatest performer ever, Prince is more Prince has more hands in the pot. So if I had to choose, I'd probably pick Prince
Michael Jackson wrote over 150 songs.
with someone. Like he co-wrote those songs. He didn't write them by himself.
He's
He
in the
co-wrote those songs
Songwriters Hall of Fame.
because Quincy Jones confirmed it. Michael
Michael
Jackson
wrote
always co-wrote. Prince has never. I don't. I think
Michael wrote many of the songs himself, including composing the tunes.
I wasn't there, so Quincy Jones said otherwise. Which, again,
Quincy Jones has said a lot of stuff after people died.
true. But I mean, but who's discredited though? Like he was there. I'm still choosing. I'm choosing Prince because
Michael did
because
it
Prince
long.
can play like 12
Michael
plus
did it
different
longer
instruments.
and sold out the world.
Well, I'm coming from like I just think Prince, me personally. Now Michael Jackson is the greatest performer all time. Yes, he's better like world renowned as far as notoriety and what he can do as far as dancing and stuff. But as far as do you know how difficult it is to be able to play 12 different instruments? Play 12 different instruments.
And
Damn.
not just play them, play
Michael
them as
Jackson.
well as the best at it at the
Michael
time.
Jackson
Yes.
wrote "Beat It," "Billie Jean," "Black or White," "Dirty Diana," "Don't Stop Till You Get Enough," "Heal the World," and "The Way You Make Me Feel."
If you ask a true musician who would they go without a Prince and Michael Jackson, who do you think they're going to choose?
Well, the thing is, we didn't determine who we're asking, what we're asking about. Like he just asked it's a very broad question.
Oh well, I'm choosing
Peak
Prince.
Michael or Peak Prince, and you
I'm
focused
choosing
on one
Pete Prince.
aspect of it.
And my reasoning is the 12 instruments. Like if I'm going to the studio and I need
Mike was too busy flying to concerts to play instruments.
well, I mean that's his job. I mean what he should have done was when Joe Jackson was trying to convince him to play guitar, he didn't want to play guitar. He went to his mom and started crying to his mom. His mom said, "Don't make him do it."
I
If
danced too
if
good to play
Michael
this
Jackson
instrument.
was able to at least play guitar, I would choose Mike. But Prince plays 12 different instruments.
Yeah, we're talking
When he goes into
40.
the
We're
studio,
talking 40 years of entertainment.
right? But still, like Prince plays. BJ, you used to be a musician yourself. Do you know how hard it is to play trumpet?
You're focusing on one thing. You're focusing on one thing on a broad question. As far as entertainers, packing stadiums, not clubs, stadiums. Packing stadiums. He wrote 150 songs. He wrote several number one or top 5 hits. I mean, he's up there. It's a lot closer than you may seem.
right. So no. So what I'm saying is that again, you can't go. You can't. I don't think you could be wrong on any decision, right? I'm just saying why I will pick Prince is because of the musicianship. I'm not saying he's better than Michael Jackson. I just say who I would choose.
It seems like the same answer.
No, it's not.
He, I asked you who was better, and you said he's not better, but I would pick him.
Yeah,
That
right.
seems
I
like the
would
same.
pick Prince because of his musicianship. Just like for example,
It's like Steph
um,
Curry is not better, but I pick him over Michael Jordan. No, Michael Jordan's still better.
but I'm not picking over who's better. I'm picking of who I would like to. I'm thinking in terms of like a musician myself. If I'm going into the studio and if I'm doing the song, right? Like there's different instrumentation things of that nature that I want. Prince can help me get there. Not saying that Michael isn't a genius, but they're geniuses in their own right. It just when it comes to playing like instruments and being able to add that different element, I'm just gonna go with Prince.
One of the lines in that article I was reading said that Michael couldn't read or write music, but he was able to help musicians get where he needed him to be.
Yeah. So
Oh, I totally believe it.
yeah, Prince from like 82 to about 87, 88 had one of the best runs of that time span of all time. But Mike did it from like 74 to 94.
I think Mike did it longer than that. I think Mike did it what his last album. I forgot his last album. He came out like
His
I think
his last album
2002.
that I know of, now I'm sure he
Right,
probably was the History album, which I think came out in '99. I
right.
don't know how well that sold, but I think Bad came out in '91.
No, no. I think Bad is 87. I think Bad is 87. 'Cause I used to have Bad.
I had the History album. I got it for Christmas.
Yeah, I'll find it here. The internet's undefeated. Hold on. Okay, so discography. Here we go. Okay, you're right. Bad was '87. It was Dangerous. They came out in '91.
Yeah, the Dangerous.
History was '95. Invincible was 2001. So
Invincible. Yeah, that's
I
that.
got the years right. The albums were wrong. Okay, but from 1972 to 2001, that's almost 30 years. There was a reason why he was the king of pop.
Yeah, absolutely.
But that that Prince run with 1999, with Purple Rain, and I forget the other album that he had in there. That span was amazing. But I think he burned himself out, whereas Mike was longer.
Yeah. Um, yeah. How many? I'm trying to look to see.
There's Prince's discography. Oh, what, 30 albums of it?
Um, it says here he has 40 studio albums, 5 live albums, 9 compilation albums. I don't know what a video album is. He has 17 video albums.
Wouldn't it just be Purple Rain? Is that what that was?
Probably. Um, and they said he has the NPG orchestra album. But is Prince considered a pop star? I don't think he's pop.
What would you consider him?
Um, I mean, he's like I don't know, like
You can see he's hip hop. I mean,
no, of course not.
is he
I
just
mean,
his own genre?
Dixon, because he can do like the songs that he did with the Revolution. That's rock,
Michael started in '69 with the Jackson Five.
right?
So 69 to 2001. 32 years. And just like the other MJ, like his Wikipedia of accomplishments is its own thing. So, personal preference, I guess.
Yeah, it's just my preference. I'm not saying Prince is better by any means.
Well, gentlemen, we're coming up on the time, so again, get your picks in. Always choose the opposite of what we pick. More than likely, you're gonna win money. But everyone, good luck. And this has been Sandlot Sports.